It's the 2004 Intercollegiate Bowling Championships, the women's finals. This is much like a David versus Goliath matchup. The Goliath of women's college bowling, without question, the Wichita State Shockers. 6 national titles, 26 consecutive years ranked in the top 10. They'll face Pikeville College of Kentucky, a bowling program in its infancy, building just their 3rd bowling team ever. Can the underdog Bears step up and challenge the favorite Shockers? We'll find out next on CSTV. CSTV welcomes you to River Lanes in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's the 3rd final day of the Women's Championship. Wichita State Shockers versus the Pikeville College Bears. Hello again, everyone. I'm Chris Lincoln, working with PBA bowler, former College Bowler of the Year, Chris Barnes. Chris is going to take a look for us now at this Baker format.
Now, the Baker format is the ultimate team format. Each player today will wear a number, and that number bowl. 16 will bowl the 1st and 6th, and the strongest player on the team, Tristan the anchor bowler, will bowl the 5th and 10th frames.
Here's how the Shockers and Bears got here with easy 4-1 semifinal victories. Now let's go down to the lanes. Chris Barnes with a couple of the key bowlers.
Lindsay, you're a senior. You've been here 3 times before. You bowl anchor. Do you want it to come down to you in the 10th frame?
Yeah, I think it would make it so much better, worthwhile, and more exciting. But on the other hand, I want everybody to bowl good. I want everybody to throw a strike.
Anita, you come from one of the most steeped traditional programs in collegiate bowling. Do you think that works to your advantage today, or does it put more pressure on you?
I don't think it puts more pressure. You know, we have a lot of good coaches, and, you know, we get a lot of training at school, and, you know, this is what it all comes down to. This is what we work for, so.
Well, good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
I think it's going to be a great one.
And we can hardly wait, Chris. The Shockers and the Bears ready for the highlights of Game 1 of the women's finals of Intercollegiate Bowling. We come back on CS.
Individual, where it's all about yourself, but when you're in the college atmosphere and the setting itself, there's 5 other girls on the team that are all pulling together for the same goal, to win each tournament or to win the championship. It's so much more important. It's not just for yourself, it's for your whole team, and it's so much more wholesome. It's great. It's like nothing you'll ever feel when you do it yourself.
And they've got to win 2 of 3 to be the national champions. They had to be best of 7 in the semifinals. Wichita State Pikeville ready to go. We're going to recap Game 1 here. We'll get underway. Top of the 2nd frame. Match tied. Maggie Smith bowling for the Shockers, Chris.
Not a great shot, but a great result. And often breaks like this kickstart a team.
Bottom of the 2nd. Coach Ron Damron's daughter, Ladina, trying to match strikes.
This is a great shot, and this will keep it all tied up after 2.
Now in Game 1, top of the 4th, Wichita State's Colombian international star, Clara Guerrero.
She's unable to convert the difficult 1-2, 7-8, 10, and this leaves WSU trailing by 7 pins.
Here's the anchor bowler for Pikeville we talked to earlier, Lindsay Durham.
And a terrific shot here to keep the lead at 7 for the Pikeville Bears.
This is Anita Manns leading off top of the 6th.
This is a very good shot, but on the difficult sport conditions, the 6 is just unable to chop down the 10.
Coach Ron Damron here, the head man for the Pikeville College Bears, also the director of athletics.
Watch the head pin working hard. Kicks the flag over for a double and an 18-pin lead.
That was Patty Trusting. Now we look at Ladina Damron, the coach's daughter, trying to pick up a big spare.
Key conversion to 2-4-5-7 to keep a 15-pin lead.
Wichita State's anchor, Caroline LaGrange from Canada, bowls next.
Down by 14, she needs a double for any chance. She leaves a split, and Lindsay Durham puts the finishing touches on Pikeville's Game 1 win.
Pikeville coach Ron Damron gives his girls a hand. They win Game 1.
Wichita State was only able to strike 2 times in the first game. Pikeville stays out of trouble and wins Game 1, 197-160. It's a must-win game for Wichita State. Game 2 next.
Do you have
to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the 3 days of competition for the Intercollegiate Bowling Championships. All getting together with the welcoming reception. night before competition began, there was also a gala awards banquet hosted by the Intercollegiate Bowling Championships 16 men's and 16 women's teams. Pictures taken and shared in the hopes of forever remembering these memories of the 2004 Intercollegiate Bowling Championships. And we're back in River Lanes here, Wichita State Pikeville College, ready to go for game 2 as Chris Barnes introduces us to the young ladies bowling in the championship.
Wichita State is led by senior Maggie Smith and has a lot of international flavor, including Clara Guerrero of Colombia and Caroline LaGrange from Canada. Pikeville has an experience advantage and balance throughout that they will try and use to win game 2 in the national championship.
And it begins with the 24-year-old senior, third year on the Pikeville Bears team, Patty Trusty. She hails from Louisville, Kentucky, an accounting major. Started bowling at the age of 4. I think I was trying to walk, Chris. Look at this. Patty Trusty gets us underway, game 2.
But it's a pretty good opening shot. It's just light. These women are bowling on a demanding sport condition, and as you can see, once the ball gets right of this dark tracer on the 10th board at 45 feet, there's just not much help down there.
And as Patty's set to pick up this spare, we'll be getting tips from our pro bowler here, Chris Barnes. Let's take a look.
In this Baker format, spares are crucial as each player only gets 2 frames. Missing a spare tends to have a bigger momentum loss than even throwing strikes in this format.
First up for Wichita State in this crucial must-win game 2 is Anita Manns, 21-year-old junior out of Austin, Texas. Third year on the team. She's a nursing major, bowling for 16 years. Anita Manns.
The shot's just left and tentative all the way. You can see her fall off the shot just a little bit. It got into the floor early, made it hook early. It just went through the nose and was fortunate to leave just the 610.
Anita comes back now to try to pick up this spare. Remember, crucial in the Baker format, you cannot leave open frames.
Hard and straight with a plastic ball. You'll see just about all the players today using a plastic ball, throwing it straight, and making a high percentage of spares.
Talk about pressure. Ladina Damron, she's the coach's daughter, 20-year-old sophomore.
This one's pulled left. It's hard to blame them since there's no help to the right, meaning that once the ball gets to the right to where there hopefully is friction, it just doesn't hook on the sport condition. So people will aim it towards the head pin, trying not to give the head pin away, increasing their chances to get a lucky break or a strike.
Ladina trying to pick up the 610 spare.
Now the reason why they're all going to use plastic balls is because it eliminates the chances for errors. Anything put on line will stay on line and eliminates the chance for a ball to hook and chop a 6-pin off a 10 in that situation.
From Lenexa, Kansas, this is Wichita State's Maggie Smith.
Well, this right lane is just hooking more. And you can see this one gets in the lane pretty quick and starts to hook in the front part of the lane where the first 15 feet hooks before the arrows and is already going through the nose, leaving a much more difficult 3-10 split.
Maggie, 4th year on the team, majors in sociology, been bowling for 18 years.
Nice shot. Textbook conversion as she hits the right side of the 3-pin and the ball deflects into the 10. That's another reason why I use that plastic ball, because it skids down there, maximizes the deflection.
Nice pickup there for Maggie. Moving to the top of the 3rd in game 2, this is Stacy Wyatt, 21-year-old junior out of Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, this is a really good shot. 2-pin was just unable to trip the 4-pin there. There's a little bit of a hop at the line, but everything else is really solid. Headpin touches the 4 and wobbles it.
So the business major, Wyatt, goes for the spare here.
But another good reason why you use plastic right there. That shot was left, and because it wasn't made of the reactive resin material that all these players are going to be throwing on their first balls, It didn't hook by it and enable her to make the spare.
Wichita State, a game they must win. They're up by 1 as Olivia Sandham bowls next.
Well, the shot, it's also left, and she knew it off her hand. She was pretty fortunate there. Watch as the 5 and the 9 pin are the last 2 to fall off here. This could have been really ugly.
Frame load coming.
So she leaves the 7 pin.
No.
Second year on the team, majors in business.
Oh, no.
Bounce.
Oh, she gets the pin, but it's not going to count, right, Chris?
No, it does not count. This does not count. Any ball that hits the gutter before it hits a pin is out of play. And all pins knocked over after that do not count.
Wow, so an open frame for Wichita State. And that's something they just can't have. You see there, Pikeville now down by just 1 pin as April Ellis, the junior out of Jackson, Tennessee, steps to the line.
Come on, ball! Come on, ball!
All right. Oh! That's just the high hard one there. Watch the 6 pin. 2nd pin from the right, goes the gutter, wiggles around, and just taps the 10. The crowd likes it, and so does April.
Yeah, look at that. Getting congratulated from her team there. Been bowling for 16 years, 3rd year here on the Pikeville College de Bear team. Now we go to the international star, Clara Guerrero for Wichita State.
Was just another shot left. This is the hardest thing to do. With the national title on the line, all the people watching, the TV lights, you have to trust all the training. You have an 8-month season where you've been practicing nearly every day. You have to rely on that training to carry you through at this moment. If you try and control it, the result most often is these shots here. They're controlled, they're left, and you have to be lucky for anything good to happen.
Clara, 2000 World Amateur Player of the Year. Solid. Great international experience. 2004 2nd team All-American, honorable mention, American Bowler of the Year by the Bowling Writers. She's one of the best for Wichita State. Now Pikeville up 11. Goes to their anchor. This is Lindsay Durham.
Go Brooklyn, go Brooklyn, go Brooklyn. Get out. Oh. All right, good shot, good shot.
It's a big break there. You heard the coach talking about he wanted it to go Brooklyn. He knew the shot was left. Brooklyn means the left side of the head pin, which is the opposite side of which most right-handers want to have the ball hit the pocket.
Ron Damron looking on for Pikeville as Lindsay Durham steps up for her 2nd ball here, the 22-year-old senior out of Louisville.
There you go, Lindsay. Good job.
It's a good spare.
Go, Lindsay.
And a match with very few strikes. Getting that 7 pin to fall is key.
Next for Wichita State. This is interesting, Chris. Caroline LaGrange out of Canada. She's a freshman. It's kind of strange to be the anchor as a freshman.
Sometimes youth brings up fearlessness that you can't replace. She's a lot of experience, and she's very, very solid. Wichita State moves their players around more than any other team, and they're not afraid.
We'll take a look at Caroline LaGrange giving Wichita State their first strike of the match. Pikeville College in just their 3rd year of bowling. Now 5 frames from a national title with an 11-pin lead over the traditional power of women's college bowling, Wichita State. We'll be right back with more of the action from Tulsa, Oklahoma's River Lanes. It's a high as the finals underway for the Intercollegiate Bowling Championships. The 32 teams here Friday morning. Wichita State women's team and the Fresno State men's team received the coveted Crystal Pin Award, presented by 5-time Team USA member, Sport Bowling spokesperson, our own Chris Barnes. That for the high qualifying pin total. Presentation followed by the ceremonial first ball, signaling the start of the elimination round of the competition. Back for game 2. We're halfway through. Pikeville up by 11. They only need this win in this game to clinch the championship. Patty Trusty's back now. She led them off. Now she's set for 4 frames. Back to start us off in the 6th here.
Hey. All right.
Boy, neither team has really gotten into a rhythm, and that's the difficult part about this Baker format. As you said, almost 5 minutes between frames. This is almost an exact replica of frame 1 where she left the 2-4-5. This time the 8 tumbles into the 4 and the 2 to leave just a 5-pin, an easier spare.
1 to pick up here for the spare for Pikeville.
Oh my.
Wow.
Even
Leaves
the
it
simplest spares can be difficult with a national title on the line. 60 feet can turn into 160 in a hurry.
Well, Chris, just that quickly, Pikeville goes from 11 up to 1 pin down to Wichita State. And now Wichita State can grab control of this. Anita Manns steps up. Remember, she was their lead bowler, 2004 National Collegiate Bowling Coaches Association first team All-American.
Oh, a big chance for WSU to take advantage. This is a much more aggressive shot, but her tentative shot in the first frame didn't allow her to make the right move, and this ball cuts through the heart for a 3-6-7.
Okay, Pro, how do you pick up the 3-6-7?
She's going to have to hit the right side of the 3-pin and slide it over into the 7. She has just a little over a half of an inch on that pin to hit to make it.
Leaves the 7, an open frame for Wichita State. Now both teams on open frames.
This ball just never got far enough right.
Keep it in play. Stay aggressive now.
You heard Coach Damron tell his daughter Ladina, stay aggressive. That's aggressive.
This shot is even further left than her first one, which turns it into Pikeville's second strike of the game.
Talked about Brooklyn earlier. Good example there.
As the shot's just left of the head pin, and again, that's what we call a Brooklyn strike.
Ladina celebrating a bit here. Now Maggie Smith.
Much better shot.
Oh.
Nice shot, Maggie.
Unlucky to leave the 7-pin standing. We'll look at it again.
Yeah, the down lane oil will stop this ball from hooking through the pins, and you watch the 5-pin, the one right in the middle, slide right in front of the 7. Taps it, but doesn't knock it over.
Maggie going to pick up her 7-pin now to try to keep Wichita State in this match.
You missed one of these earlier in the game. This one's converted with no problems.
Pressure on every roll
nice shot,
here.
Maggie. Way to go. Nice shot. No.
Heard Coach Mark Lewis congratulating Maggie Smith there. Now we go to Stacy Wyatt.
Get over. Get over. Bring one. Bring one. Bring one.
You can hear the coach hoping for it to go Brooklyn again. They had a chance to take a commanding lead. Fortunate that this broke down to leave just a 3-pin and not the 6 or the 10 with it.
Stacy goes for the spare, picks it up nicely. And high fives from her teammates.
Come on.
Filling frames is so important right now.
Now the top of the 8th. You see Wichita State down 11. They'll be eliminated unless they win this game. Olivia Sandham bowls next.
Nice shot.
It's a good shot. It's a much better effort. Also a little bit fortunate there, though, as she crumbles the bucket, which is the 2-4-5-8. She gets the 2, 4, and 5 out to leave just the 8-pin.
Shot of Coach Mark Lewis there as he and the Shockers
nice shot.
wait for her to pick up this 8-pin, and she does nicely.
Pretty good.
Olivia Sandham, remember, of course, if our match ends in a tie, each team receives half a point. You get 1 point to win a game. Right now, Wichita State, of course, is down 0-1 in this best-of-3 championship series. Stepping up now, this is April Ellis.
All right.
Well, this time the high Hartland wasn't quite high enough as she leaves a 2-pin. She liked it off her hand. She was running this one out early. Head pin goes to the wall, knocks the 4 into the 5. Needs a relatively easy 2-pin to make.
April, second team All-American, National College team, picks up the spare there.
With the lead, spares may be enough to bring them a title.
Down 11 as they go to their international star, Clara Guerrero from Colombia.
WSU needs a good shot here. And this is a great shot.
Nice shot.
Clara shows right there
Great shot.
why she's already an international star. Shot's perfect. Watch as it crosses right there, just inside the 10th board at 45 feet.
Nice move. Way to
It's
work.
going to be key
Way
for
to
these
work,
women.
Anita. Nice move. Huh?
To get into the pocket.
You see 3 strikes, wins them a title. Lindsey Durham, their anchor, goes for the first of those and doesn't get it.
Now this one's way right, leaving the rail.
Let's go.
1, 2, 4, 7. Once this ball's right at that tracer there, it has no chance at all.
Again, in this Baker format, the key is do not leave open frames. Lindsey Durham, her second ball.
There you go. All 4, baby.
All 4.
Oh, 7 stays up.
Boy, and that's really a bad break. That's almost a perfect textbook conversion. She needed to hit the head pin just a little bit lighter, perhaps. So watch the ball. We'll chop the 2 straight back and send the 4 to the gutter, and it doesn't come out, and hit the 7. That open leaves the door open for Caroline LaGrange, as she needs a mark and count, and by a mark we need a strike or a spare and 7 pins to win game 2.
Wichita State's anchor bowler.
Great shot there under the circumstances.
Nice shot, Caroline. Nice shot, Caroline. Nice shot. Way to go.
Now needs to pick up the 7 pin.
The 4 pin and the 5 pin, the second pin from the left. They both fall to the right, and the head pin ends up in front of them and doesn't go back and kick the 7 out.
Well, all we have at stake here, Chris, is Wichita State's season. To stay alive for the national championship, she needs to pick up this 7 here on her second ball.
It
Caroline
seems
LaGrange.
easy sitting here.
Oh,
Standing up on that approach right now,
60 feet away.
it feels like 260 feet, and she's a freshman to boot.
Well done. Well done.
Like she's done it her whole life.
Let's move a half back to the right. Good shot. Nice move there.
Coach Lewis leans in with a little bit of advice there.
And that's absolutely the correct move. She was just a little bit light. A half board right with her feet. Her eyes will stay at the same target, and that should be enough to get the ball up to the head pin and strike on the shot.
She needs 7 pins to win, 6 to at least keep the Shockers alive with a tie as she throws this ball.
Unbelievable. She needed 7. 6 is enough.
Go again. We're still 11.
It is enough because that means we've ended game 2 in a tie. 169-169, a half point each. There will be a game 3 to determine the national champions of women's college bowling. Let's watch again. LaGrange, remember she needed 7 to win, 6 to tie.
She needs her feet a little right, but this ball gets about 2 boards further right, and that's the difference at the end of the lane. Punches the 3 pin out.
Who's going to rule the power of Wichita State? The upstart Pikeville College. We'll find out. We come back on CSTV.
Passion for it, and I've been out on tour 15 years, and I've had a great career, but I don't think anything's compared to just the pride you have with competing for your school and just motivating other players and being motivated. It's fantastic.
Kim Terrell, former U.S. Open winner, talking about her college days at San Jose. Now back to the action here, ready for game 3. We're going to spotlight Clara Guerrero, the young lady in the glasses there from Columbia for Wichita State. She's one of the best. She had a big strike for them in their last game.
She's a Colombian champion. She qualified in 2nd place. She is, of course, Clara Juliana Guerrero.
Proud to be on the Colombian team and bowl and wear the t-shirt that has the Colombian name in it, and it's really good. I have learned a lot. I've had a lot of experiences that are good for me for my bowling career.
She likes this atmosphere and she loves what she's doing, and and she knows. I think she's learning from it too. So she's building and growing from the experience as well, outside of what she'd see internationally in her home country. And she's growing, and she's going to help her down the road when she does go back home and she's back competing for her country after her college days are over.
Here it's a little more emotional, and you have to be actually more patient with it, because you bowl with the same girls every time and you travel with the same girls every time, almost every week, and you practice with them every day, and it's a little different. International tournaments, you are with your team, but you don't practice with them every day, and you don't live with them, it's a little different that way. You don't have to be as patient as you have to be in here. Her
attitude and her demeanor in those situations that you would think would be nervous and tight and scared, she's still loosey-goosey and just the same, fun person that she is all the time, whether we're ahead by 50 or we're coming down and we need, a strike to win.
I always want to come here, come to U.S., be part of the WSU bowling team and win and get a ring. So I really want to do it. It means a lot.
Clara Guerrero, lots of individual honors, but this is all about team here. Game 3 of the Intercollegiate Bowling Championships. Wichita State trying to come back against Pikeville College. As Mark Lewis, the coach of the Shockers, talks with our Chris Barnes.
I'm here with Coach Lewis of Wichita State. Huge emotional swing there, and you struggle in this lane in the first game. What are you going to do now?
Well, it's getting a little tighter down lane and left lane. We just didn't see it quick enough, and we got it dialed in now. Right lane's going the other way, so made the moves in the right lane. We'll just have to make those adjustments on the left lane. Same thing we've been doing all tournament. We got to make those adjustments and just keep playing that lane.
Good luck.
Well, the crowd's fired up for Game 3 for the national championship here, especially a lot of support, as you can imagine, from the nearby state of Kansas here, down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to support their Wheat Shockers. And starting off, Anita Manns, the 21-year-old junior. In her resume, a 300 game and a high series of 791. And she bowls first, Game 3, to decide the national championship of women's college bowling.
All right, pretty good idea. Pretty good idea. Boy, what a difference in lanes here. That's really pretty cool.
You heard Coach Lewis talk about what a difference in lanes.
Okay.
Anita's much further right on this lane.
On the one now. On the one.
She got it just a little bit left, but it tried to push all the way to the head pin. Broke everything down, left a relatively easy 6-pin. Anita's a great spare shooter. This will be no trouble for her.
And that's what it's all about. Do not leave open frames, especially when you got the national championship on the line. So Wichita State marks in there first, and now Patty Trusty, the 24-year-old senior for Pikeville College.
Cross.
A Brooklyn strike. Good breaks like that key many a rally in the national championship matches.
Very happy Coach Ron Damron there, as it goes now to Maggie Smith.
Nice shot, Maggie.
Showing some senior leadership there. This is a great shot. This is one of the first by either team on this lane.
Well, we didn't see a lot of strikes in the first two games. Now we go back to back.
Top of the first, she goes left. High flush Brooklyn.
Great shot.
Big smile. And Maggie Smith doing a perfect shot right in between the two tracers. High flush, 10 in the big.
Right here.
Yeah, she likes it.
And we move on now to our second frame, Game 3. And again, Ladina Damron, 7-time member of the Kentucky State All-Star team.
Oh my. Another Brooklyn for a double. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
That's her 4th strike with 5 balls, so she's pretty good too. Dana Damron. There you see Wichita State down by 10 in this championship game as Olivia Sandham bowls.
Push and hit. All right, pretty good shot, Liv. Pretty good shot. Right,
you heard Coach Lewis say it's a pretty good shot. Everyone's been afraid to get it right on this lane, and she comes up a bit high. She falls off of it just a little bit here at the bottom. You can see her take her right foot, put it back down to gain her balance.
Honorable mention, All-American this year, and back in 2001, as you saw earlier, the Colorado Sportswoman of the Year in the state of Colorado, Olivia Sandham.
fantastic cow ball.
Well, for that spot, slow down.
Convert that easily and keeps Wichita State in the hunt.
What'd you do?
I don't know where we're going.
Coach Mark Lewis talking it over with Olivia there. Now Stacy Wyatt. Oh, yes.
This shot is dead left and another good break. All the momentum is definitely going Pikeville's way.
3 straight strikes for the Bears as David is making a real run at Goliath here.
And watch the 5 get toppled over by the head pin as it goes down, hits the 5 and the 9.
And all 3 of those strikes on the Brooklyn side, as Chris Barnes, our PBA professional, explains, a Brooklyn strike.
Brooklyn's have been the theme of the day. Right-handers typically want to hit the right side of the head pin to strike. And you'll see all 3 of Pikeville's openers in this game 3 have all crossed over to the left side of the head pin, resulting in some pretty fortunate breaks, but a lot of momentum and an early lead.
Our Colombian international star you met in our profile earlier, Clara Guerrero, bowls for Wichita State, top of the 4th. Her Shockers down by 20.
Ooh, a good break for WSU there.
Really get left to that spot. All right, nice cover.
You hear Coach Lewis talking about getting away from the spot. The spot he's talking about is in the front of the lane, in the first 15 feet, where they lay it down. As they lay it down, it starts to hook early, and it's pushing up through the nose.
Wichita State, you saw on that graphic, picking up 4 of 8 multi-pin spares. Guerrero now going for the 6-10 spare. She moves way left here, Chris. Those spares are on the right side of the lane.
Yeah, this is the best way to shoot spares. Puts the ball in a straight line, gives the ball enough angle to where it can't take the 6 pin off the 10.
So Guerrero marks for her Shockers team.
Right. It's like we did over there. It's 1.5.
Pikeville remains 22 pins up, working on 3 straight strikes as April Ellis comes up.
Brooklyn again, but this time she does not catch the break. She went back to the well. She pulled it across her body, and the easiest way to tell is how fast she falls to the right as the ball passes her ankle.
Missed only 1 single pin spare in this championship match. You've got to pick these up in title matches. April Ellis looking to pick up the 10 here. 6 of 7 single pin spares for Pikeville.
Yeah. 1.
She used all of it there.
Watch her reaction here. She knows this is in trouble early. Oh, help, stay up.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Little kick back there helped her out. Well done, April. All right, WSU down 21 pins as their anchor comes up. Caroline LaGrange trying to get the Shockers back in this.
Nice shot. Push it in. Wow, nice shot.
Boy, everybody seems pretty surprised that that ball hooked that much at the end. This right lane's been tighter for everyone. Past that target right there. But Caroline's ball goes ahead and hooks through, cuts right through the heart, and leaves the 4-6-10.
Boy, that's a tough one to convert, Chris. What do you do here?
She has 0.05 of an inch to actually make this.
I know, too.
Oh. So basically, you just go for a count, and that's what she did.
Leaves an open frame.
Count means pins, and
good shots coming out. Good shots. Okay, just make a little bigger move in. Okay, they're just going.
Everything they can do to help keep it close. You never know what might happen at the end.
Pikeville's anchor, Lindsey Durham, 35-pin lead. Trying for their first national title.
Come on, ball. All right, good count. Come on.
At this point, Chris, in Wichita State, do they have a chance to come back here?
Well, anything's possible with some open frames and or a 3-bagger by Wichita State would get them right back in the match. This shot here is by far Pikeville's best shot of this third game. Gets just right of the head pin, though, and doesn't quite make it up and leaves the 2-4-5.
Big pickup there as Lindsey Durham, that's why she's the anchor, the senior from Louisville, Kentucky, fills the frame out. 32-pin lead halfway through game 3, what could be the first national title for Pikeville College from Kentucky. Second half of that, you see the story here. Pikeville, the college from Kentucky, just its third year of bowling against the mighty Wichita State Shockers with 13 national championships in its school history, 6 of those by the ladies here. As we pick it up here, this is Anita Manns.
Nice shot.
Well, this is just a perfect shot, and Wichita State has to key a rally early. Anita moved her feet about 2 boards left, and she also moved her target a little left, and you just can't throw it much better than that.
Now the Pikeville College senior, Patty Trusty, trying to match that strike.
Oh, boy, Brooklyn side again.
Got a mic, got a mic, got a mic.
This time it's a little further left. You watch here as the head pin gets trapped in the right gutter and doesn't hit either the 5 or the 10.
Tough one to convert here. She's got the 5, 10, 0 for 1 in split conversions today for Patty.
Try to get your 1.
Needed to hit the left side of that and slide it over. Unable to do it. This is what we were talking about. Some Wichita State strikes and some opens by Pikeville get them right back in it.
That 32-pin lead has now gone to 19 as Maggie Smith, their All-American, steps up for Wichita State. Hey.
Showing her senior leadership here. In game 3, she throws 2 of them high flush, and this one is huge as it cuts Pikeville's lead down. Just in between those 2 tracers, high flush, the 6 slaps the 10 out.
Yeah, coach likes that as the lead is now down to 9. The coach's daughter, Ladina Damron for Pikeville. Oh, there's a lucky one. Head pin came back and got the 5. Let's take a look.
Something else. It's almost exactly like the shot before, but this time the head pin gets off the wall and knocks the 5 over. Kind of a reverse Dick Weber wall shot. Reminiscent of the 60s.
Boy, they excited. Look at that, 4 Brooklyns there. Now top of the 8th, Pikeville leading by 9 pins. Olivia Sandham can give the Shockers a lead with a strike.
Wow, this is an excellent shot. She went just a little bit high last time. She moves her feet just a little bit left. Ball doesn't quite make the corner. You watch the 6 pin. The 2nd pin from the right will go to the flat gutter, but won't make it back out.
So the hometown lady from Wichita, Kansas. Olivia now trying to pick up this spare. Big one for the Shockers. Got her cow ball.
No problem.
Coach Mark Lewis now with a few words to his next up, Clara Guerrero.
Nice shot, Olivia. Nice shot.
Stacy Wyatt for Pikeville.
Okay. Rank 2.
And maybe she just missed a little too far right there. I'm not sure.
Pressure may creeping in here a bit. Pikeville up 10, bottom of the 8th. Of course, this tiny college has never won a national championship. Going for it here.
2, baby. 2.
Makes the spare. You know, really, they're probably doing the right thing. They have the lead, and the only way they can really get in trouble is to miss the head pin and leave something they can't make. By keeping around the head pin, they keep all the pressure on Wichita State.
And the pressure now falls on the sophomore from Columbia, Clara Guerrero. Just had 1 strike today, this former International Player of the Year.
Nice shot. Push and hit.
Yeah! A fantastic shot. Clara Guerrero, the international star, showing why she is one as she trips the 4 here in the 9th frame to help keep Wichita State's season alive.
Probably the biggest shot of the season for Wichita State. We'll look again.
She likes the shot and watch the emotion. Nice.
Wichita State battling to get back into this.
I like that too.
Coach Mark Lewis, a few words for his anchor, Caroline LaGrange. As up next, April Ellis.
She goes high, but her balance on this shot is actually much better. She posted it up. She just missed inside her target a little bit. And this is a result of some of the earlier shots that were further left and not being able to line up off them. It's just so tough to trust all that training in this moment.
Talk about pressure. 3-6 spare.
Perfect execution on the spare, though.
So we come to the 10th frame. Wichita State down 8 pins, working on a strike. Caroline LaGrange, their freshman anchor from Canada. If now she gets 2 strikes and 9 pins to their final 3 balls, she can close Pikeville out and even the match and force an extra game 4.
You can hear Coach Lewis hoping for that to hook a lot from the very beginning.
All right, slide it over there. Work it over.
This could be disastrous. This just gets right of that tracer right there. 10 pin falls in front of the 2. She leaves the 2-10. She has just over a half of an inch on the left side of the 2 pin that she can hit to convert this spare.
And you see WSU has been 0 for 3 in split conversions today. She has to make this or it's over. 2-10 split for the championship or to stay alive.
Nice shot. Shoot it!
What pressure. Wow.
She had every opportunity there to just fold. She split in the 10th. She splits again in the 10th with everything riding on the line. She could have mailed it in right there as well as the season.
Great shot, Dave. Remember, breathe again.
By making this spare,
great shot.
She forces Pikeville to spare in the 10th.
Unbelievable. And again, she's a freshman. And another great thing, too, Chris, notice this. Afterwards, not only did she get congratulated, obviously, by our own teammates, but the Pikeville College girls came over and gave her high fives. Wow.
Get the eyes in. Move your eyes a half.
This is what collegiate bowling is all about.
Just nice and smooth. Just nice and easy. Breathe. Great shot right here. Nice and rolled up.
That's the advice. Breathe, right?
Breathing is always good. It's great advice. He's trying to get her heart rate back down so she can throw a good shot here.
She needs 7 pins to force Pikeville to mark with a spare or a strike.
Nice shot. All right.
Really good shot there. She does her job.
She got 9.
Way to fill. Way to fill. Way to
that means Pikeville College has their final anchor bowler up with an 8-pin lead. And now Lindsay Durham gets what she asked for earlier, Chris. She said she wanted the ball in her hands in the final frame with it all on the line. Strike or a spare, Pikeville College will be national champions.
Cross, big time.
Wow, that's a really good break there. But she did exactly what she had to do. She really could not miss the head pin in that situation and take a chance of leaving something really ugly. Cuts through, goes high, leaves just the 6-10. And once again, it falls back to what they've done so well in this championship match. Their excellent spare shooting has kept them in it the whole way.
There you see, needs a spare and then 4 pins on her 3rd ball to win the title.
A textbook conversion.
Come on.
22-year-old senior out of Louisville, Kentucky.
Go, hit the head pin.
17 years bowling. Her resume includes a perfect 300 game
Keep it in play.
and a career series high of 780. But now she's not thinking about 10 or 780 or 300. She's thinking 4 for the national championship for Pikeville College. There it is.
Way to go, Gib.
Your national champions, Pikeville College. The runner-ups, Wichita State University. For Pikeville, their first team championship in any sport in the school's 115-year history.
Pikeville's anchor Lindsay Durham continues the excellent spare shooting, making the spare and getting more than enough pins on her field ball to start the celebration of Pikeville's first national title.
The Pikeville College Bears hold high the Helmer Cup as they win the Intercollegiate Bowling Championship Women's Division here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A tough defeat for Wichita State's Anita Manns and Clara Guerrero. Let's go down to the lanes now. Coach Ron Damon with our Chris Barnes.
I'm here with your 2004 champions. Coach, did you ever dream that it would come this fast?
I don't know if I ever dreamed it would ever come. I know we had a special bunch of kids here, great kids, not only bowl. I mean, look at this group here. I mean, we've got 4 academic All-Americans out of this. All of them's about a 3.0 that are not. They're great kids. They do everything. They work extremely hard. And let me tell you, when we came out here, Chris, and I've not told you this in before, but I mean, at Christmas time, we knew we were going to win this tournament. And we bowled in 5 tournaments now since January. We bowled in Cincinnati, at the Hoinky Classic, the Eagle Classic, the Hoosier Classic sectionals, and this one, and we're 5-0. And that is a great run, and we knew we were going to do this. And I can't wait to go get out of these clothes. They won't let me change clothes until they win this daggone tournament here. We have, so I'm going to go eat tonight with some new clothes on.
Lindsay, you said before the match started you wanted the ball in your hand. It came right down to that. Game 3 for the title, and you came through at the biggest moment.
I don't know how I did it. I was shaking. I was like, just make this fair and get count, and it's ours. And it was so close. I knew I had to do it. And I knew I had to do it for all of them because they wanted it so bad. It's great.
An amazing story, an amazing team. Your 2004 Women's Intercollegiate Bowling Champions, Pikeville College.
Our final score for the Women's College Championship, Pikeville College 2.5, Wichita State 0.5. Congratulations to Coach Ron Damron's Pikeville College Bears. Patty Trusty, Ladina Damron, Stacy Wyatt, April Ellis, Lindsay Durham, the national champions. For news, highlights, and analysis, go to collegesports.com. Now for our PBA champion bowler, Chris Barnes, I'm Chris Lincoln saying so long from Tulsa, Oklahoma. This has been a presentation of College Sports Television, #1.